So waking up this morning and seeing what ADA is doing is a very exciting thing. This is the move that we've been waiting for. But after diving into the data, is something even bigger playing out right now? Are we actually on the verge of an ADA supply shock? Is this something that is going to send ADA price exploding after waiting all these months? I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So this focal point of resistance for ADA was this 100-day moving average. This is where ADA has really struggled to break, and you guys can see that we have now broken this for a second time. I'm not saying that this is our exact breakout moment or anything like that. We still have to contend with our 200-day moving average up at about 39 cents, but we're on the quest now. This is a very strong sign. This is a very strong move off the bottom, and frankly, this is already starting on a very good note while BTC is kind of lagging right now. Again, a lot of assets are currently waiting for the FOMC meeting to conclude and to see if we are in fact going to get an interest rate decrease again, which would be a very positive sign for the market. So hopefully we don't have one of those traditional point of rejection moments for ADA. If you guys remember, we've had many times along the charts where we've looked like we were going to break out. We got hit with some negative news or a market correction, and then we dropped, right? That's what we don't want to see today. Now, what's interesting here is, again, ADA's making this move outside the rest of the market, but I was looking at a few different things right now that may be pointing towards an ADA supply shock. So first of all, we've seen for a very long period of time large holders accumulating. That's been a very positive sign. We've had very large days of volume when it comes to large holders of ADA. Those are all very positive signs. And what's interesting here is that shorts have in fact been getting wrecked left and right. All right. So for example, in the last 12 hours, let's actually go to the last 24 hours, there's been over $1 million worth of longs and shorts wrecked. And it's actually been very heavily on the short side. And this is why ADA's in fact exploded and kind of moved to the upside. This has been a very easy push upwards. There's been a lot less resistance. And frankly, what's helped with that is the accumulation by long-term holders. Remember, moving assets from the hands of the impatient to the patient. That's a very strong transition that needs to take place. And this is something we've dealt with for a very long time in terms of ADA. This is why you're seeing these bottoms start to work their way up. That's why you're seeing the highs start to work their way up as well. So we're in a very strong floor for recovery right now. And we may about to be going on a major pop. Now, this isn't a guarantee. This isn't financial advice or anything like that, but I want to show you guys something that's been taking place for a very long period of time. And this is actually the exchange net flows in terms of ADA. Now, why this is red is anytime there is red, this is a negative net flow from an exchange. And this dates all the way back to basically the middle of January of this year. And you guys can see that there has been this removal, just almost like 90% of the days we have dealt with since the middle of January to now had been ADA being removed from exchanges. And this is an important sign. I've talked about this very heavily in my Shiba Inu videos, because when you have long-minded people that see the long-term vision, they'll buy, they will remove from exchanges, they'll put it in DeFi and cold storage, wherever, and they will hold it. They tend to not dump it, on exchanges. And this is supply that is not available for other people looking to get in. And now we've kind of hit almost this inflection point in terms of price where we're starting to work our way back up, but the trend has been consistent. You haven't really seen these big days of positive net flows to exchanges. The biggest one we've seen recently was actually back on October 23rd as we were making our last pump. There's $3.88 million worth of ADA sent back to exchanges. But you guys can see there's been subsequent removals in the millions and millions of dollars. For example, yesterday itself was a $2.4 million outflow day in terms of exchanges. So unfortunately, I can't see the exact balance. I haven't been able to find a chart in the last year that has allowed me to do this, but this trend is starting to play out into the charts. You are starting to see this point where ADA is moving just a little bit easier because there is in fact less supply available in the market for those looking to accumulate. And that's a very important point here, right? Because that means there's less liquidity up here to hold us back. It means that these next moves for ADA can happen faster. And I want to remind people, this is what happened last cycle. All right. This is where the explosion began. Right about this point is when ADA started to make some some more exciting moves. And what's interesting is you guys look at how close this trend is in fact playing out. Now, I'm not saying it's going to play out exactly the same way. Actually, this would be kind of interesting because this would be right about our 200-day moving average. This would be fighting that. And then the final breach and break of this kind of around that November 18th day. All right. Now we have to be patient. Again, we have to let these things play out. There's a lot of moving pieces in the market, but if you guys haven't noticed, ADA is starting to show a lot more bullishness. All right. We are in fact picking up some steam here, and hopefully this is something that can carry through the latter part of the week, through the middle of the month, and into much better times in the crypto market in general. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. This supply shock, I think, is going to be hitting very soon. We've seen it happen with SHIB. We've seen what it can do to price. ADA can very quickly move up into the 50 to 60 cent range, and it'll be exciting when this does take place. So appreciate you guys as always. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think this supply shock is going to hit sometime this month? But have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.